there, my name's Lori, and I am Wellness Coordinator and a Fitness Instructor at the Walla Walla YMCA. You're joining me today for a short balance and strength class, and what you'll need today is a wall and chair, or alternative might be, I am at the park and I'm going to use that tree behind me, so there are other options, but just having something that you can stand beside, that you can have your hand on, that we can just use to kind of anchor us as we do our exercises. And it's also important that you listen to your own body. So if there's any of the exercises that we're going to do that just don't feel right for you, that will not work for your body, then you can just take a pause and join us when you're ready, or choose another exercise that might work better for you. Also want to make sure that we are healthy enough to engage in exercise, so I invite you to just pay attention to your own body, and if you have any kinds of symptoms like shortness of breath or just not feeling well, feeling faint, dizzy, any of those kinds of symptoms, that you just go ahead and stop and see your care provider. So before we start to do our exercises, I want to take just a couple of minutes just to kind of come into this space, wherever you are, and get tuned into the body. And we're going to do that by just bringing our focus and our awareness into our breath for just a couple of minutes. And you can keep your eyes open, just kind of with a soft gaze, or go ahead and close the eyes, just kind of letting go of the distractions that may be around you right now. And just kind of giving the space here to expand when we inhale and exhale, and just again not change anything with our breath, but just noticing it and bringing our awareness to it. So again, with eyes open or closed, let's take a nice deep breath in, expand, and exhale. So as we exhale, not collapsing, but just keeping, again, that length and that space. And we'll just take a few more nice, deep, slow breaths, maybe beginning to make the exhale of that breath a little bit longer than the inhale. Couple more. And again. Now let's keep this awareness in our body as we do our exercises. And I will be reminding us about our posture and about making sure that we are breathing again throughout our exercises. So I'm going to step back and use the tree to balance as we begin to, again, work on some exercises to help us with our balance and strength. We're going to just place hand on the wall, the tree, whatever it is that you're going to use to anchor yourself here. And we're going to shift our weight into the leg that is closest to that wall or object. And we're going to have a slight bend in the knee. So we want to make sure that we are not blocking this knee out here. And then we're going to bring our attention into our center, getting tall in our posture, and making sure our movement is going to come from this strong center. So I'm now going to lift this leg, the outer leg. And we're just going to keep that knee a little bit bent. We're going to stay tall in our posture, and we're just doing a slow lift and lower. Nice and slow. So not letting the leg fall back to the ground, not throwing the leg up on that lift. Just a nice lift and lower. Sure again that we're just keeping our flow of breath moving, not holding our breath. And two more times. We'll go ahead and set this foot down. Shifting our weight weight from side to side, just let the hip go around a little bit here. And then go ahead and shift weight into that same leg that's closest to our anchor. And again, we'll stay tall in our posture, but this time the leg, this outside leg is going to lift out and in. Nice and tall. And let's go out and in. See if we can keep the toes pointing forward so we're not turning the foot out here. It may be a very small lift. We want to just make sure that we are in control on the way up, in control on the way down, and also that our posture is staying nice and tall here. Isolating that movement right here in the lower body. This arm can just kind of go out, just helping us with our balance. And 2 more here. And then we'll go ahead and set this feet down. Again, let's shift our weight from side to side, let the hips move around. We'll shift back into that leg closest to our anchor. And nice and strong in our center. This time this leg is going to go back. We want to make sure that we are generating the lift, the movement from up here. So not lifting just the lower leg here. It's not a bending of the knee. What we want to do is, again, engage here and take that leg back. So again, we're staying tall here. So we're not leaning forward as we lift that back leg, staying nice and tall. Lift, squeeze here, and lift. Again, we're in control, not kicking the leg back or letting it fall back down. It's a lift and lower. A lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Let's do 2 more here. And we'll set that foot down. So again, let's shift our weight from side to side. So we're going to do that series on the other side. So again, we want to shift our weight into the leg closest to our anchor. Slight bend in the knee. Engage here, staying nice and tall in our posture. And first we're going to be lifting in front. So we're going to lift and lower, nice and slow. So again, making sure we're not throwing the leg up or letting it fall back down. We are in control all the way through our movement. Again, from right here. Maybe just checking in with our breath. Make sure that it's flowing nice and easy. We're not holding the breath. And a couple more here. And down. So again, we'll shift our weight from side to side. Let things move around a little bit here. And then shifting back into that leg closest to our anchor. So now this leg, this outside leg, is going to be lifting out to the side. Again, we want to make sure that we stabilize here in our center first. Staying tall in our posture. We're going to lift out and in. So again, we're in control all the way through movement. It might be a very small lift and lower. Better to be in control of that movement and keep it small than to be throwing our leg up and letting it fall back down. And then also just notice our standing leg. We'll keep softness in the knees. Make sure we don't lock our knee joint out. Slow and controlled. And 2 more. And bring it down. So again, shifting our weight from side to side. So we got 1 more here, so this is where we're going to be lifting back. Shift back into that leg closest to our anchor and engage here. Again, we're going to generate from here. So it's not lifting from the knee, it's lifting back from up here. Slow and steady. And again, it might be a very small lift, staying in control, keeping softness in the knee of the standing leg. And again, our upper body is not folding forward here. Keep the posture tall. remember to take a break whenever you need to. Again, you can join back in at any time. Last two. Ooh, bug in the face. And down. So again, let's just shift our weight from side to side. So we're going to move to the chair. And we're not sitting in the chair. We're actually going to be using it for some standing exercises here. And I just have kind of a nice sturdy lawn chair here. I have my hands up on the arms, but you also, whatever kind of chair you might have that doesn't have arms, your hands might be down here. So again, just making any kind of adjustments that may be needed. So we're going to step our feet back away from the chair. Again, we're going to engage from our center. So make that core strong by bringing the belly button up toward the spine. And then we're going to send the leg back. And then we're going to bring that knee up in front, just as much as you can, as far as you can with the movement. And again, nice and slow here. So we'll send it back, stretch, and bring it in. Send it back, slow and steady, bring it in. Again. And one more time here. Let's bring that foot down. So we're going to stay on the same side. So whatever foot you were anchoring before, we're staying on that foot to anchor. So this time, go ahead and lift the leg. And then see if we can point those toes down, the leg that's reaching back. Point them toward the floor, the ground. So think of squaring the hips a little more down. Make sure we have a slight bend in our supporting knee. Really important, again, that we're not just hanging out in the joints here. And then also notice the neck, shoulders. Make sure we're not scrunching up here. Bring those shoulders down and back. Relax the neck. We're holding and breathing. And I'm going to bring that leg forward. Now we'll go ahead and set it down close to the chair. And we're going to slide that other foot back. So we've got some space between our feet here. We're still facing our chair. So the foot closest to the chair, let's bring the hand kind of above that foot on the seat of our chair, and let's reach the other hand back off of the chair. So we're opening away from this front leg, away from. And then our next option here is to take this arm up. And if that doesn't work for us, we can leave the hand here and start from hand on hip. Or as we reach up, just kind of, again, opening away from this front leg. And then we're going to bring that arm back down and just reach toward this front foot. So all the way up here, or bring the hand back to the hip and then slowly reach back down toward that front foot. Nice and slow here. And again, we want to feel that we are really anchoring from our core, from that strong center here. And let's bring the hand down. And either both hands on our chair seat, or again, if you have arms like I do, and that they're stable and that works for you, you can do that also. Go ahead and step that front foot back. And then either again with the hands on the chair seat, spread the fingers out nice and strong, or on the armrest here. We're going to have a slight bend to the knees. We've walked our feet back. We're going to bring the elbows in bend them, come forward, press up. Small movement, just kind of mini top of a push-up. Nice and slow. Keep the elbows reaching in. Keep the belly button reaching up toward the spine. Keep a little bend to the knees. Can we bring our hips down any more? Or could we bend the elbows a little bit more? And it's okay if we're just going to do one or two and then take a break. And let's press up. So go ahead and walk toward the chair. Now let's inhale, take the arms up high, and bring our arms to our side, shake it out. So now we're going to go to the other leg. So shifting our weight to the other foot. So where we're going to start is by reaching the other leg back. Keep the knee soft on the supporting leg, and then the knee comes up in front. And stretch it back. Knee in, again, just as far as we can. Reach and stretch it back. Keep the neck, the shoulders relaxed. Slow and steady here. Reach the belly button up toward the spine. I know it feels like that's hard to do, and breathe. And setting this foot down. Brief pause. Now we are again going to shift back into that same leg. And this time we're going to reach the leg back, reach those toes toward the floor or ground, and make sure there's a little bend again in our supporting knee. So think of the hips pointing down. Again, relax the shoulders, the neck. This is a hold. Breathe. And let's go ahead and set that foot down. So we're going to go ahead and bring it forward toward our chair, and we're going to slide the other foot back. So got some space between our feet. And then we're going to bring our hand. We're going to be turning, remember, away from our front leg. So it would be same side hand of the foot that's forward. And then first, let's just bring our hand back to our hip here. Again, we're going to stay engaged in our center. And either from here or up here, let's just come down and reach toward this front foot. So again, we're bringing the hand back to the hip or reaching up tall and back down to reach toward this front foot. Slow and steady. Just lift and expand as much as we can in the chest here. And once more. Let's lift and bring the hand down. We're going to go ahead and step this foot back. So again, we're either going to have our hands on our chair seat or on the arms if we have those, and that feels a little better for us. Our feet are back away from the chair, so we're back to these mini push-ups, kind of the top of a push-up. Bring the elbows in and bend them and press back up. Reach the belly button toward the spine. Can we bring our hips down a touch more? Make sure we're breathing. Just one more time. Let's press up. Walk forward. So again, let's take a nice inhale up. Reach and stretch. And then let's take one arm down. So just think of kind of stretching from that hip, not the elbow here, but from the hip And bringing both arms back up top. And the other arm comes down. And again, let's stretch and reach from that hip rather than the shoulder. And both arms back up top. And then let's bring those arms behind. So reaching back into a chest expansion. It's okay if the hands don't come together. They can reach toward each other. And bring the hands down. Nice open heart center. And then as we release that, shake the arms out. Let's roll the shoulders a few times. And then relax the arms at our sides. And then take ear towards shoulder on one side. Nice deep breath. Exhale out. And lift and take ear towards shoulder on the other side. And inhale. And blow it out. And lift back to center. Thank you for joining me today. Just take another brief moment here. Again, either we can close our eyes or keep them open with a soft gaze. And bring our attention back to the breath. So let's inhale. Exhale. Again. Once more. I want to thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.